Before this video starts, can we please acknowledge this amazing shirt from Hannah's-Dean? Terima kasih for nothing, bitch. Oh shit. I have my tea, I have the questions, and I have this amazing shirt. So, I'm a big sister. I have like 3 younger siblings, and I like to think I give pretty good advice when they ask me, which is quite rare. I guess I wanted to participate in some general life advice here on YouTube, hence why I asked people on Twitter and Instagram to send me questions. You guys did, which is great. I got quite a few. So without further ado, let's just sit down and answer some of your questions and give you some life advice. Please remember that I am a 22-year-old woman who is still living her life. Listen to me. Don't listen to me, it's up to you. Anyway, let's get started. Let's start on Instagram, shall we? What's your preparations plans for 2020? I have a few, but right now I'm really happy with not knowing what I'm doing with my life. If I have to say what's my plans for 2020, it's really just figuring out what I want to do, whether that be law or something else. How not to be depressed on your birthday. Babe! I have been depressed on my birthday several times in my life, and the best thing is I guess just spend it with your friends and family. And if you have no friends or family, I'm sorry, I could be your friend. Advice for fresh graduates. The first thing that they always say is immediately look for a job. I think that's what all our parents say. Personally, as someone who is freshly graduated though, I do say take the time to breathe. Once I got back to Brunei, I literally spent a month just doing nothing and just settling back into home and what I'm supposed to do. Like getting back into the weather, getting back into time zones and figure shit out as I go along. I think you do need some time just to take a break. And after you take that break, then you can start to worry. But my honest advice for fresh graduates, take it slow, and try not to let it get to you too much. How to be motivated to study. You know, I would ask myself that same question when I was studying, asking yourself, why are you studying this? And why do you want this degree or this grade so badly? Think of it as a journey, think of it as a goal. It doesn't have to be the best journey. I guarantee you, like, you're not gonna be happy doing it. I wasn't, at least. Just thinking about it as an end goal really got me through a lot of uni. How to bounce back quickly after feeling down. I think you should spend at least one day just letting yourself feel the sadness or the feelings that you feel currently. Why are you sad? Why are you feeling this way? Why do you feel down, essentially? And you take it to the root of it, the heart of it, and then just write it all down, let it out, and then go back to what you're doing slowly, step by step. Whether that is, you know, taking a shower or brushing your teeth. I mean, there were times where that was really hard for me, and just doing the little things help a lot. Would you be my crush? I know, it's dumb just asking. I don't mind being your crush, but I can't say you'll be mine. What is self-love to you, and what do you do for self-love? Now, self-care is just allowing yourself to do what you want to do and not be worried about others' opinions of that, whether that is eating out and gorging yourself on this food, or going to the gym and feeling healthy, but only for yourself. How to become a law student, subject, choice, etc., or is sociology in UBD the correct course to continue or pursue a career in law? I did 4 subjects in A-levels. I took history, psychology, English literature, and English advanced language. And all of those were okay for me to do a law degree. I didn't have to do sociology in UBD or do it in A-levels. I think with law, they don't really look at the subjects you take. They look at the grades, because we don't do law here in Brunei anyway as a A-level course. Financing. Ask me in like a year, because right now I am broke. Next country to visit. Can join? Question mark. I'm going to Sri Lanka in less than a week, and no, you can't join. Going by myself. How to be social. I don't know. I don't think I'm a very social person. I think I want to be. I really want to be extroverted. Honestly, if I wanted to go out and be kind of social for once, I have social friends, like extroverted friends who bring me out and like, hey, what is up, homies? Also, like, I actually do have friends who, like, I message and like, hey, I want to go out. I don't necessarily think that you have to have a lot of friends to be social. Just having a good group of friends is always really great. How do you adjust yourself after so long away from home? And it's not necessarily that you have to change to fit it. I think it is figuring out a way to put yourself in this position culturally and socially that you feel comfortable again. How do you usually start when you want to change for the better? You have to be at a very, very low place in your life to realize you really need to get better. I have been through that, however a 22-year-old can, and I don't want to get into details, but I realized last year that I just wasn't the person that I wanted to be. I wasn't emotionally, physically, and mentally myself, to the point that now, like right now, I feel much better about myself than I did last year. Knowing that you are not the person you want to be and wanting to change for the better, whether that is leaving the place or leaving toxic friend groups or trying to get yourself to be better, it's a very slow process. And sometimes it does start by just very small steps and just acknowledging that maybe you are not the best person right now and just saying you will get better and you want to get better. Sometimes the best thing to do is move on and try to move forward with who you are as a person. Very vague, I know, I'm sorry. Me, single and don't seem to find anyone. It's getting lonelier every year. Jeez. I don't think it's a bad thing to be single. Why is everybody like so sad about being single? It's not that bad. It's okay to be single. I can't give you advice on how to find a girlfriend or how to find a boyfriend. I don't think we're all ready for relationships yet until we're stable with ourselves. And 100% I am not stable with myself. Just saying. But if you want some advice on relationships, yeah, there's one, be social, but also I think if you have a crush on someone, say it outright. Just say, hey, I would like a relationship with you, or I'd like to get to know you better. Do you want to go out? And just be honest with them, like what you want from this relationship. I think being honest with each other and communicate what you want is great. And I wish I knew that when I was younger. By younger, I mean like 2 years ago, I don't know. How do you stay so disciplined and focused on literally everything you do? I don't. I'm not disciplined, I'm not focused, but I try to do what I can by remembering it, writing notes down. I have a journal. I journal so much. It's so full, my book, and I've only had it for 3 months. And I ask for help. I always ask people to help out when they can. You know, asking for help is really great. And especially if you have the friends who are willing to help you, that's even better. How did you start your blog? I started it in 2014 when I was like 16 years old because I was bored and I wanted to write and do makeup. And 6 years later, I'm still doing it. Don't know why. I think I just like a space on the internet to call my own, which is not on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter. But you can still follow me there. How to stay friends with people? I don't know. The friends that I have, I've kind of just developed organically. It doesn't sound so organic when I use the word organically. I've known people since I was 5, you know, and I still message them, I still talk to them. I have made friends in uni who live like halfway across the world, and we still keep in touch, we still text. But there's also low maintenance friendships that are like, I don't talk to you for months, maybe even a year or so, and I still, when I meet you, feel like you're still the best person in my life. There's different types of friendships, and you can ask like, what is this person to me? And I think you can potentially be a really great friend. Just ask them to go out with you. Nothing more, nothing else. How to do LDR, long distance relationships. They're freaking hard. However, one positive I have about being in an LDR is that you get so much time to do what you want to do, especially if your partner is like halfway across the world. You know what time they're awake, and then you can text them up and spend time with them, even if it's online. I'm not focused. Did you take your IELTS to study in the UK? No, I didn't. I think I took mostly like English courses. I took subjects, so it was pretty obvious that I knew how to speak English anyway, so didn't really have to do it. How to seriously date you? Especially at this time of my life, please do not try and date me. I am seriously not interested Thanks. Cool. Okay. How picking the right CCA in uni can help mold your future career paths. So for uni, I was in the Brunei Exeter Society, because obviously, and I was also president of the Fashion Society. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I love fashion, I love being a president. Am I doing that for my future? I don't know. I did a sports society as well, like gymnastics, weightlifting. But I'm not interested in doing that for a career path. I did it purely for my own health and because I really, really enjoyed it and the people in it. I'd still say pick at least one that you can just do for yourself and not be too worried about it. School opportunities in Brunei, specifically in the creative industry. I don't know in Brunei specifically. I know UBD has some really great ones. When I was in Samja, we did quite a few drama clubs and everything like that. Seeds is great for students. I did that when I was about 14, 15, and it's still like 100% I think has developed me as a person and made me where I am now. Okay, so that is all of the Instagram questions. Let's go on to Curious Cat. Let's do this sheet. Got any ideas to avoid anxiety attack? I usually feel nauseous when it happens and it sucks. When I get a panic attack or like an anxiety attack, I feel horrible. My heart just starts beating, I start palpitating, and like I can't breathe. And then the rest of the day gets really ruined, and there's nothing I want to do except just stay in bed and do nothing. One thing that my friend did teach me was like look around the room and count 1 art piece, 2 mugs, 3 lights. I think that was one thing because it keeps your mind focused on something other than like the feelings that you have currently. There are better ways to do it, I guarantee you, but that was how I did it. Since you seem to travel all the time, can you give me some tips on how to avoid motion sickness? I sleep on the plane, or at least I try to. I used to take these like herbal pills that will make you sleep on the plane. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Also, have some candy with you, it's always really great. What would you do if you have a crush for someone for almost 3 years and you ended up together since last year, but the guy started to change and lose feelings towards you? Leave him! Leave him! If he doesn't have any feelings towards you, or if you start to lose feelings for somebody, leave them and just move on with it. I know it's heartbreaking to say, genuinely, it sucks when people break up, but I think in the long run you will be happier rather than forcing feelings to come back. And I say this as someone who has a lot of experience with that. Hi, I don't know what to say, to be honest. I just recently broke up and the guy said I was cheating on him, but I wasn't. It was all a misunderstanding. He already told his friends, classmates, teachers that I cheated. I already explained things, but he still says I cheated because my excuses were irrelevant to me. I don't know. Thoughts? Damn. Why would you tell your teacher that your girlfriend cheated on you? That's just childish. If it was a misunderstanding and he still think your excuses, in quotation marks, that you added were irrelevant, then he's not the one for you, even if you didn't cheat and even if nothing happened. The way that he reacted in anger may cause something else in the future if you've decided to stay. And you've seen his actions as it is now, see what he does in the future. Just saying. Hello, you just graduated, right? Are you employed now? Technically, yes. I am currently under an internship, which will finish this month. Really great internship. When that's done, I'm gonna start on a project with RTB. Can't say much about that either. But other than that, even if I wasn't doing those things, currently I'm considered self-employed because I got YouTubes, I'm a blog, and I got other shit that I do. How to successfully manage my daily routine for uni. I'm not a planner, it's kind of hard to keep track. I am not a planner either. I'm forcing myself to be. The times that like classes are vary so much. Sometimes I have to wake up 8:30 in the morning, sometimes I wake up at 10 simply because it wasn't fixed. And the fact that it wasn't fixed really ruined my schedule all the time. So I think for me personally, I can't really give you solid advice based on like my life, because honestly, not a great big sister, not a great role model. I think what I'd say is wake up a consistent time, have breakfast a consistent time. Relevant question for 2020, how to deal with online criticism. Alan Cumming wrote a book called Not My Father's Son, and in that book he said something that really resonated with me, which was, when you have criticism, you take it all or you take none of it. So don't believe any of it that says you're amazing or that you're horrible, or take it all in and find it as a balance. Personally, for me, when I get online critiques, I'd like to see where it's coming from. So like, fix your lighting, it's too overexposed, fix your mic all the time. I'm really sorry, I'm gonna get a new mic. Figure out what you can change, whether that is reasonable, and ignore the ones that says like, oh, you're a complete bitch and you deserve to die. Yeah, that's not critiques that I completely agree with. My boyfriend and I are taking a break to heal while I do my final year away from home. He's always accompanied me via video call every single day. The thought of not having him accompanying me kills me inside. I have no real friends that can calm me abroad, so that sucks. 100% I get it. It's emotional, first and foremost, not being able to have somebody there that was honestly like someone that you really valued, and feeling really alone and abandoned in uni. And it had broken me so much that I actually cried in the library because I just felt like I had no one. But you get through it. You know, you can't really rely on anyone other than yourself. And that really sucks to hear, because I wish it wasn't. So if your boyfriend and you are taking a break to heal, maybe it's a good thing, because you need time to focus on yourself and figure out who you are and whether you are capable of being alone. And I guarantee you, you are 100% capable of being alone. It'll just take you some time to realize it. Those are all the questions. Hope they were helpful. Anyway, this video has gone slightly longer than I expected. If you have any more questions, leave them down below in the comments. If you'd like to see more of me, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram right here and here. And also click the subscribe button if you can. It's always really helpful. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Also check out me on Patreon. Just opened it. Just need your help. My name is Bash Harry, and thanks so much for watching. Bye! And why am I so emotionally drained from that Q&A? Bye.